So sufficient time has passed. It's now dark, so I'm using my daylight lights, and I hope this is, staying pretty true to color. So we are nice and dry because it has been hours since I've been back to this. So we're going to be doing some embossing. First thing I'm going to do is pat my embossing buddy all over this because I am not wanting to mess with the embossing powder sticking just yet. I'll probably do some sort of pile or something, maybe, possibly, but right now, let's work on our images. Alright, so normally when you stamp, you use blocks. We're not going to do that. We're going to stamp without the blocks because I want to be able to have this mold and curve as it's stamping down. That is another trick to stamping onto canvases that have some give. So I've got my Versamark and I'm going to ink up my image. This is from the Timeless Textures, the little flourish, and I'm just going to kind of pop it down, squish it in. Now you'll notice that this is kind of sticking to my fingers. That's because there is some Tombow on the back of it. If you allow the Tombow to dry, it then becomes like repositionably sticky. So it's nice to get another use out of your stamps. So now, keeping in mind that this is a distressed type stamp, that's not that bad. So I'm going to continue to stamp and emboss various areas. Okay, so I'm happy with how it is. I'm going to heat emboss it and I will be right back. Okay, so that's all embossed and shiny now. Isn't that pretty? Alright, now I'm going to take some of the paint splatters from the same set. You know what? I think I was going to do them in gold too, but I think I'm going to pull out the Emerald Envy and Real Red stamping glitter embossing powder. Be right back. Alright, so I think I'm going to call the canvas done for now. I could keep going and going with it, but I want to try to make this in some way attainable. You could have stopped at that first step where you just coated it in some of the red and called it a day. You could have kept it all white, painted it all one color. It's up to you. This is just more my style and what I do. So let's pull in some of our embellishments because it's time to pop these babies on. So I'm also going to need to grab my matte medium. Now I'll be right back. Alright, I've got my matte medium, and I'm just going to use my fingers now because that's the mood I'm in. So I'm actually going to coat the back of the tissue paper, and then I'm just going to place it on, coat the top, being very careful to not move it around too much. I want the image to be seen. Using my fingers for this so that I can really feel if there's air bubbles and really feel that, alright, I've smoothed it out. Everything is okay and right in the world. Alright, same with the sentiment. Smearing some on the back of it. And once you get tissue paper wet, it's very delicate, so be careful. Alright, oops, see, it's already starting to kind of pop off. So I'm going to carefully dab some of this over. Sometimes it helps if you add more than you think you're going to need so it slips, kind of like with nail polish. Alright, we've got that adhered on. I've got my handy dandy baby wipe. Just because you don't have babies anymore doesn't mean you can't have baby wipes. Use them all the time. I have them in my car, in my purse. Alright. Now it's time to start adhering on the flowers and other embellishments. So, actually I'm going to get that matte medium back out again. Because I'm going to adhere this along the bottom. But I don't really want it to move too much. So I'm going to use the matte medium as kind of a stiffening agent for this and kind of lock it into place here. I chose matte over glossy for the medium because then you don't end up with, you know, part of your canvas is nice and shiny and the other parts are not. So it keeps it all a more even texture. Alright, so done with the gel medium. Going to get out my Tombow glue. Actually, I'm going to get my phone too. Hold on. Okay, we're done with our gel medium. I've got my phone out because I was playing around with placement earlier and I liked what I got, so I took a picture. So I'm going to add my flowers like I had them before. So I've got my Tombow glue. Alright, they're adhered. And now I'm going to take some of our rhinestone basics and I'm just going to pop them in the center of each flower. I mean, what's Christmas without some bling, right? I think if you were keeping it, the background more simple than I have, you know, keep it more, you can kind of see on my phone, more of the white monochromatic sort of thing. The pearls would be gorgeous on this. Alright, so this is pretty much done. I just have to allow the matte medium to finish drying, adhere the rest of the twine to the back side, and I'll be back once that all happens. Okay, so this is what happens when I get artsy. I'm waiting for it to dry, I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking it needs more. So I'm adding some iridescent medium. This is something you can add to paints and various things. It just has a nice, it's almost like a glitter, very similar to Wink of Stella actually. But it's going to add a nice shine to things as well. I just think he's going to make it pretty. So just going over it with a paintbrush. This is what happens when I get artistic. I'm sorry, you know, thanks for, you know, making it through this whole video with me, because I know it's been a little scattered. But this is how my artistic mind works when I'm being, you know, artsy. Okay, so here is our finished canvas. See, it's definitely 3D. You could continue adding to this if you so chose. I may end up doing it, or I may just call it a day and just keep it as is. I'm pretty happy with it and how it turned out. I find whenever I'm doing my art type work, I never really consider it complete because I can always see more than I can do or what I can do better next time. I'm never completely happy with my art. I don't know, maybe it's in my head and everything. But all you have to do, this can stand up on its own so you can have it like on your mantle. Really hard to show in the camera, but it will, stand up straight. Or you could go ahead, hang a nail, pop it over the nail. They do stay up that way. So, and it makes a nice little glitter, or jingle bell. Jingle bells. Let's hear those sleigh bells ringling. Okay, so that's it. Now, I was going through the list of ingredients, and it's quite ingredient heavy. I apologize for that. This is more for inspiration. Things that you can do and take, oh, you like this product, you can go ahead and, grab that one, or, oh, I liked how this worked. So I don't expect you to go and do all of this at once, but, take from it what you shall. And anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please remember to like and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Glad to see you again. If you have questions or want to see a specific Stampin' Up! Product demo or interested in hosting a virtual party, feel free to contact me or leave a comment. PDFs of all the current Stampin' Up! Catalogs can be found on my website. If you want your own paper copy to hold in your hand and mark up and, circle and star and dog ear, place an order with me and I will send those to you for free. So that's it for today. Until next time, happy crafting and happy holidays.